How you doing, Mr. B? What is going on?
What you mean is going on?
Kelly's telling me.
Oh, wait a minute.
There you go. Just because I'm sleeping with her doesn't mean I'm creeping with her. If you ain't sleeping with her, what the hell you doing with her?
Hitting it.
Now, son,
I kidnapped him.
man to man.
My part is it?
Kept
You
in the
already
basement.
know the game. Well.
No, did you see the videos though when he first got out of jail? Because you know his chick is like 30 years younger than
Yeah,
him.
he married
Yeah, he married
the JS sister, man.
Right. He in there.
He married like
He in the
He
coffee.
married a fine one.
He in a coffee shop like this. I just came here to chill. He got on his little Cosby sweater with his little tie.
He did.
But
I
listen,
see that.
but then when he walked up to rap to it, right? He was walking like an old man too. He was on tell me what's your name? And I'm sitting there like they at the baseball stadium, that nigga in the seat in the handicap section like this. I said, man, them couple years in jail ruined Ron Isley.
Yeah, man, his voice, like live, his voice isn't as strong as it used to be. Plus, he had cancer. He was dealing with cancer.
His curl gone, everything different. He got it with the glasses now.
L curl.
You can tell where they did the fill-in, like the song with him with Cam. He, like, yeah, you getting out, you getting shown up on this one, but he don't care.
We live, fellas.
All right.
We in the building.
Because I just came here to chill. Oh.
EFG. We all we got.
Yeah.
Sexy lady,
Yeah.
drive me crazy,
Woo!
drive me wild, and when I'm at your fucking girl, you know, all them R&B songs from like the mid 2000s, they would have like little side stuff.
Oh yeah, like
underneath
that,
it.
kind of like on the
like
intercom. Kinda, yeah.
What you mean is going on? You can tell me
Who started that?
Are we live?
We live.
We reminiscing about Mr. Biggs, because you know he had money, but then he ended up going to jail for tax fraud, and that's going to swing us into our topic today.
Oh, that's actually a good segue right
Yeah.
there. He was drifting on a chicken wing.
Why people cry broke?
Ain't no place I'd rather be than with food. Than food. Well.
Might as well go give me a side piece of biscuit.
I knew it was coming. I'm looking for a
Side
shot.
piece.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, girl.
Anyway,
Oh, wow.
EFG in the building, and today we're talking about why people cry broke, man.
Why do people cry?
This is your boy Hill, and to my left is
It's Teddy B. Love. To my left is...
It's Nicholas Sage in the place.
yes.
It ain't even necessarily, I guess, why people cry broke, but why broke people stay broke.
I stay broke.
Like, you know a lot of broke people, right? I know a lot of broke people. Hell, I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real.
You notice I kept my mouth closed.
Sage ain't broke. I hit him for $10 after the podcast. Nah, but seriously though, like you ever see them people and no matter what they do, whenever you see them, it's like they always broke. Like no matter what it is, where they at, what they doing, they get paid on Friday, Saturday, you broke.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, they getting paid. It's Friday. It's like, yo, man, let's go check out such and such film. Let's go out and eat such and such. And they be like, yo, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that, man. I ain't got the funds on me like that. You just got paid today. I ain't got the funds like that, man. You know.
Now, what's curious, why is that though? Like a lot of the people that I know that are broke, it's the choices that they make with their money. Now I ain't saying there's a whole bunch of young crackheads out here, but I mean it might be, you know what I mean?
I done smoked the damn TV, mama.
You know what I'm saying? But you get them people.
Wow. You really went there, Gator. You really went there, Gator.
Top. But now, like you see them people, and you be like, you got all this money, but what you really doing with it? Like they buying stuff that's like pointless. Like you stay in an apartment. Now I ain't knocking nobody. I'm just calling a spade a spade. You stay in an apartment. You got an okay car, but you got every damn pair of Jordans, every damn pair of phones, everything. You know what I'm saying? You got the newest iPhone, all this stuff, but you still in that apartment. You still got that raggedy, somewhat okay car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Jordan got one. I looked at it today on Forbes. Jordan worth $1.3 billion. Why you putting all that damn money in Mike's pocket? I'm just saying, for some kicks though, you can be fly without the J's. You can be fly without the phones. People do it every day. So why is it that,
man, you know, that guy?
And I'm more or less just
Cut
talking
from
about like in
something
the African American community.
Yeah.
Why do we put
Yeah.
so much focus on stuff?
Because people want to flash, man.
But
They want to stand out. They want to be the...
It's deep seated, man. I don't want to get too deep, but it's deep seated, man.
I mean, it's got to be something.
It comes from. Just think about this, man. A lot of people grow up not having a lot, and so once they feel like they have access to buy stuff that they like. I have a couple friends that I know, like one friend in particular, man. Once they were old enough to be able to buy their own things they for themselves and their mom, instead of having to wait for their mom to buy it, they just start buying all types of like just crazy shoes and clothes and all this stuff. Where they didn't grow up like that,
Right.
But then they start just going ham, and I'm like, but they don't have nothing else to show for the money they've been working
Acting like
for.
a nigga that ain't never had you.
Right.
Well, plus
Yeah,
you got to think about in the case of, you know, if you just getting out of high school, you got yourself a job, you making the money and stuff, you still don't have to worry about all the other adult things that you have to deal with. You know, you don't have to pay any bills and stuff, because if you're still living with your parents, with your mom, with whoever, you just basically can throw that, you can flash that money out and get all look as fly as, you know, looking all like set up from the beginning, you know, with all the nice J's and all that different stuff. But I think the problem is that mentality stays even after you get probably kicked out the house or move on. You still trying to live that type of lifestyle,
Right.
and not getting yourself together on like, yo, I got keep the lights on. You know, you might have to pay water, gas, all that different stuff. You know, some people be like, yo, I'm gonna look fly. I'm gonna look like
I'm
dressed to the nines.
Flyest
you know?
nigga on the bus.
Right. And then at the same time, you get notices like, yo, we about to evict you.
Right.
We about to cut your electric off. But as soon as they hit the block, they out there walking the streets. Everybody like, yo, we got the crazy phones on, this, that, and the other. Don't know that he going home ducking his landlord, you know.
Yeah, but I think as far as people buying stuff and spending their money and not saving and being responsible, man, I think it's a culture within our country. It's just a culture of we gotta have it now. You know what I mean? There's no delayed gratification whatsoever.
Fast food.
You know what I mean? You got credit cards, you can max those out.
Yeah.
You know, and then you can, like in our country, you can max your credit card out, ruin your credit, file for bankruptcy, start right back over again. Do the same thing over, and you can continue to keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's enabling. It causes for people outside of you to make so much money off of just you.
Well, one of the major problems I have is if you listen to the radio or you watch television, any of the channels that are kind of like focused on the urban crowd, the black folks, they always have commercials where they be like, yo, man, you need to be able to pay something real quick. You need to be able to, come to Fast Exchange, man. We can hit you off with, and I'm sitting up there like,
quick loans, yeah.
These quick loans all the time.
Them niggas is gangster loan sharks.
Yeah, man.
Forget 25%. They like, we gonna give you $100 and I'm gonna charge you 75 cents on every dollar.
And this is the thing, because I've been there. I'm
They
gonna tell you, I've
tearing
been
you
there.
a new one.
And
all the time.
what they ask you is you gotta give them your bank account.
Yeah.
That money ain't there. They gonna keep hitting that bank account.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. They'll just keep on hitting it. They don't care. And you can be in a negative like $500-$600, and you done borrowed $125, and now you owe $7.
Your life is over. They like,
now you can't get a bank account at any bank now, because with them they'll mess you up to where you can't go get in a bank account.
Right.
Which that happened to me for a little bit, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. I had to start using prepaid debit cards for a minute.
Well, yeah, I remember
So
you was on your rush card. Get your rush card.
Yeah, man, to get the
Rush
rough
card.
card. Put my check on my prepaid, and I
Hey, had to do what
keep
you
it
had to
moving,
do.
man.
Right. That was a grown man move though.
But I
You
learned
ain't just
from it,
keep
man.
blowing your money though.
Yeah, I learned from all of that, man.
See, and the whole thing with people being broke, I mean, I understand people being young, cause we
Yeah.
all you done been there, but I'm talking about to me, I just want to know, like, where's the cutoff point, right? Where's the cutoff point where you trade in some of your Jordans and some of your phones for some hard bottoms or maybe something less expensive because you're trying to accumulate some wealth or trying to move up in the world? Like, when does that happen? Right? Because some people, I see dudes 45 and 50, and them new J's come on Saturday, I got to have them. And I'm like, you 50 years old, still worrying about when the hell Jordans come out.
Right.
Jordan, 50 years old, waiting for your dumb ass to go buy his Jordans.
He's not even wearing Jordans.
And he ain't even wearing, and the ones he wear ugly.
Yeah.
The J's that might be wearing is ugly. But when you worth $1.3 billion off of your people buying your shoes, and it ain't just us that's buying them. Everybody buying them.
Look, you when you 1.5 billion, you can wear ugly Jordans and you can wear the same stonewashed jeans that you had from 1990. I'm like, why did he wear those same stonewashed jeans? Like,
it was his casual jeans. He tucked in with the button up and the blazer.
I'm like,
but
yo,
they
those
be different.
joints is like 1980 something.
Yo, he rocked those for his Hall of Fame speech, right?
I remember he might have.
I think Mike did have some stonewashed jeans.
He's sitting up there like, yo, I'm gonna do what I want.
You know you rich, but you don't care.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, and let's just be honest, in the black community, we typically, statistically, we make the least amount of money, but we spend the most.
Well, because a lot of the different, think about it. We're talking about sneakers. Mm-hmm. About every single Foot Locker commercial has got black kids in it.
Yeah.
You might see one white kid, you might see an Asian kid, you might see a Latino kid, something like that. But it's mostly black kids. Mm-hmm. And the athletes are black athletes sitting up there talking about, yo, that's the new, like, for a while they had the different commercials where the kids were walking up to the athlete like, yo, what are those? And they'd be like, yo, these are the new KD7, such and such and such. And so it's like, you keep seeing that, we getting programmed.
Mm-hmm.
Because plugged out them shoes cost like $2, maybe $1 to make over in a whole nother country. Then they come and sell them for like $100, man.
$100, $375.
Crazy.
Wait, but I would have known. Y'all remember probably, it's got to be about over 10 years ago, when everybody had the knockoffs, the Jordans and the Forces.
I had about 2.
Remember, you go to the flea market and get them for next to nothing. Right, corner store, flea market. Everybody had them, right? With your white tee and everything. Yeah, they did because they wasn't real. They squeak or whatever. But now everybody, you put some of them on now. Oh, they gonna destroy you. They gonna kill your life.
I'm like, do you understand these were made by the same?
They was made by So. But they was made in the same factory. It's the same shoe. They just use cheaper material.
Yeah.
So we're going to use the 50-cent material on the real Jordans. We're going to use the 25% material on
you
these
want
fake
the flights or you want the frights?
Right.
It don't matter. It's the frights or the flights. They're made in the same place.
Yeah. You tuck the jeans around them. You know what I mean?
That jump man. I remember some dude had a jump man, and that ball was so long to the left. I was like, why is the ball?
But yo, this is the crazy thing about it. As Teddy B said, you will get slaughtered for that.
Right.
You'll get slaughtered for that.
Because your jump man got a skirt on.
Somebody said it looked like their jump man had
I see
had a seizure.
Some low 11s. They was white and royal blue. And the jump man was like this. And it like the jump man had on like a kilt. I was like, yo, you will get destroyed for wearing these.
Wait a minute. It could have been the Scottish Jumpmans. You can't be like that.
I mean, it could have been for $40.
You wear the Scottish lights.
But what we put our emphasis on, right? Like, even think about it back in the day. Like, look at rappers now, right? The young rappers still wear all the jewelry and all the chains, right? The more seasoned rappers, you might see them with maybe 1, maybe 2, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe a watch, maybe a bracelet. Remember, for a minute, they was 2 pinky rings, 2 big bracelets, a watch, 4 chains, all that, right? Eventually, they grew up and got away from it. Why? Because it was really pointless, right? But now the young dudes, it's like, let the young dudes have it. Because when you're young, you stupid. So it's okay to be young and stupid because that's your excuse. I'm young, so I'm stupid.
Well, the crazy thing about it, though, is on Everyday Struggle, they had 2 Chainz on there. And he was talking to Joe Budden. He was like, Joe Budden need to get the way he dressed up, And I'm like, why? Like 2 Chainz, that's your thing. It's a fashion thing, fine. But you telling somebody else, no, you need to get your fashion up. And DJ Academic's like, you need to get your fashion up. And I'm like, why?
Right.
Like, for what reason?
Cause they tired of seeing Joe in them sweats, man.
But hey, if he's
them
comfortable,
Lululemon leggings.
but if he's comfortable,
in a white
he's
tee.
comfortable.
Yeah, but that's always been Joe though. Joe's been dressing kind of bummy for a long time.
Yeah,
but that goes with his facade though.
Because
he got the raspy voice, he smokes Newports or whatever.
And maybe,
like that fits.
And maybe a part of that is just maybe he's conservative in regard of his looks. He probably has a bag somewhere. Of course, I'm sure he has a bag.
He cares now because y'all remember MTV Cribs? They went to Joe's house and Joe had every color foams possible in his closet. Joe was a shoe whore just like everybody else.
Right.
He grew up.
Right.
Joe, what, 36?
Yeah, he about to turn.
He act like he 36.
Right.
Yeah.
The part that kills me is when you 40 plus and you still want to act like you 20 plus. When you and your son going out and y'all dressed up like y'all brothers and twins, like y'all back to back on the Eric B and Rakim, you know what I'm saying, paid in full cover. Like that's the stuff that gets me, because then it's like, now what you teaching them, right?
Right.
It ain't always what you say. A lot of times it's what they see, because your kids see more than what you think.
Mm-hmm.
They watching your every move. They watching your mistakes. And, you know what I'm saying, they watching your successes and your failures.
Right.
Which lets me know exactly where your focus is.
You gotta have some type of focus though, but my whole thing is, when is it gonna stop? Like, it ain't one person. Okay, Jay-Z put out the 444 and what was it, 10 some odd years ago, he give me a fresh pair of jeans, nigga, and a button up. Right? Okay, you call it a button up, and in corporate society they call it a button down. Who cares? We know what it was though, right? First time some cats ever seen cufflinks. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then they like, well, I still gotta keep my fresh kicks. That's cool. We trying to graduate you out these jerseys. Mm-hmm. Cause think about it, when you see a grown man actually wearing a jersey now, after a certain point, you just kind of look at him, right? Yeah. Like, man, you must really love your team. Now, granted, if it's game day, you got the jersey on, that makes sense, right?
Even then,
it's still catchy. But that's the only getaway you gonna get with me.
Like if it's game day, I'm like, I might wear a shirt that represents the team. The only time I have a jersey. The only time I wore the jersey is when I went to the game in person.
Right.
So we can then say we can equate being broke to being immature. Your maturity.
I think
level,
it's an immature mind.
Your
I think
maturity
it's not
level hasn't got.
The mindset isn't there.
The
yet.
mind state of let me put a piece of my check aside.
Well, people have to teach you that, though.
Yeah.
You have to be taught that. That's why the NBA eventually, when John Wall and all them came in, they had them go to these classes. The young guys go to classes now. Mm. John Wall, he got some like Ford or something, but it's all like customized and stuff like that. Instead of going out and buying you a Maserati or a
Bentley or
a Bugatti or something crazy, when you know you're paying like $2.5 million for this, and then you bought a $2.5 million house for your mom, a $2.5 million house for yourself, and your signing bonus was like $7 million. So you've basically gone over your $7 million signing bonus just that quickly. So the NBA was like, "Yo, we got to help these guys," because they had too many guys leaving and they were broke. They were basically almost in the same place they were when they went in the league in the first place.
I think what's interesting is Jay-Z's new album 444. He's trying to make building wealth cool, but he's so much older. And so I think if he was younger and he was talking the way he's talking now, it probably would have set a more of a trend for more people to be like, I should invest. I should think about.
Yeah, if like a Kendrick try to step to him, it might be a little bit more effective.
You know what I've noticed though? This is just me, just being observant. A lot of these dudes, when they finally do turn the corner, because you know, men, I tell people this all the time. Women, their stock is in their looks. Men, it's what we've accumulated, right? Our wealth, what we have, right? Women see us, they go, what kind of car does he have? What kind of house does he have? Does he have, anything saved? Grown women, I'm not talking about the young women. Mm-hmm. Men see a young woman, they go, oh, let's see what she looks like, because we know in a couple of years, the looks are going to fade, right? So I think when a man gets a certain type of woman in his life, whether they're married, they just dating, whatever. If she's got that kind of mindset to make you want to expand, you'll at least think about it, mm-hmm. right? Jay was Jay, but when Jay got with Beyonce, Jay turned into somebody else. Let's just be honest. So she was younger. Mm-hmm. But mentally, it was almost like he turned into a totally different beast. Because there's other rappers and stuff out there that's Jay's age, and they still have a young mindset.
Right. She aged him, actually, which is funny because she aged him, and then she took his
she took his youthful.
She took his cool from him.
Yeah, that's what I would. That's the best.
But she made him act his age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you never really knew how old these dudes was, and then they finally started like, yeah, because I'm so and so such and such. You like, wait, whoa, hold on, what? I'm 15, you 25, and you dress like me. Like, wait, there's a problem. I thought we was closer in age. Like, no, you're older like my cousin's age, bruh. Like, you need to stop wearing the 8X t-shirts. Like, you should have been graduated out of that. You know what I'm saying? You still talking about selling dope at 40.
Right.
Bruh, if you ain't graduated yet, I'm sorry. You failed.
You failed.
Completely. And then it's people looking at you too. So it's kind of like, what's the message that you sending really? You know what I mean? Like you said, it's almost like a generational curse. Like if I suck with money, I'm telling you, my son's gonna suck with money.
Right. Because it's like what I said before. You have to be taught to do that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm battling, man.
Right.
I'm trying to battle breaking the family curse of,
I think we all are, honestly.
you know, living check to check.
Check. That is
trying to
the
scratch
worst.
and survive. Yeah.
Well, and the crazy thing about it is not only do you have to teach it, you have to show them, but then they also have to see the
benefits
of it also.
Right.
You know, because a friend of mine, he and his wife, they just basically ate very, you know, they didn't go out to eat a whole bunch of stuff because they had certain things that they wanted to do, maybe go on vacation, do all of that. So then they basically sacrificed any of the extra stuff. Because when you think about it, if you really break down how much you pay, how much you spend on fast food in a week, how much you pay for just any of these different things that are for convenience. If you take that stuff away and you actually take that money that you use for that and put that away in a savings account, you're not even paying attention to it. Next time you see it, you like over $1,000 and you like, whoa, like
where did this come from?
Where did this come from?
The whole time.
And it was there the whole time. It's the whole thing of all of we do, especially in the black community. There's a lot of different things that are done for convenience. I know a lot of people, it's, you know, I don't feel like cooking. Stop at Mickey D's, stop at Burger King, stop at some place like that. Where it's actually, if you break it down, it is actually cheaper for you to go and buy some type of groceries, you know, and buy them to a certain point where, you know, buy different stuff that's almost already made, you know.
Let me tell you what I did one morning, man. My kids, it was one morning, my kids, they wanted hash browns from McDonald's. They're like, oh, we want hash browns, we want this. I was like, I ain't buying you that. Went to the Aldi's right next door. Instead of buying one hash brown for $3, I went
and bought the
whole 12-pack.
24
pack.
$1.50.
Yeah, it was like 24 pack for $3.29 or something. So I would have bought 3 hash browns for $3, and I got 24 for $3.
Friday.
Ridiculous, man.
Heat up that oil, that grease.
Yeah, we were good, man. Let's put it on
it's
the grill.
floating. You're done. There you go. Here,
Like,
you want some ketchup? Not that watered down stuff they give you at McDonald's. You want some Heinz 57?
So like in my with my family and my relationship with my wife and all that, we were able to get out of a lot of debt because we found out alternatives to what we wanted. We got rid of the cable bill, which is, you know, cable and internet together was like close to almost $200 or whatever. Cut all that out. We haven't had cable for 2 years. Been saving money off of that. Streaming, you know, I mean, just finding all alternatives, man. Had 2 car payments. Got rid of one of the cars. We got like a beater van, but that cut out like, you know, if you think about your payment over 5 years, I don't know. You know, I mean, kind of a brand new car. That was what, $19,000 or something like that. Saved $19,000 just to get a beater, and we've been getting by with that. And then that allows us to stack up and save. So now, about to buy a house. Right. You know what I mean? About to build a house because we was able to save enough money to have, you know, put towards, you know, down payment or whatever, man.
House, right.
You know what I mean? Because we
grown up stuff.
Yeah, grown up, man. But you gotta, first of all, you gotta get information. You gotta start reading books. Well, first of all, you gotta want to change.
It's a mindset.
You gotta want to change.
It starts up here first, and then you'll figure everything else out as you go.
Well, and anything that's worth getting, you're gonna have to put in some work and sacrifice for it if it's worth it.
You gotta be okay with the struggle. See, that's another thing too. People be afraid to struggle. Well, they scared to struggle,
or the later gratification. Like you can get the J's, but can you wait? Can't you wait like a couple months before you get them? In fact, how about you do this? How about you just set like $20 aside or $10 aside each check, and then save up. You ain't gotta buy them right now because now you bought them and now you're broke. Now you're hurt. But if you save up over time and still put a little bit, this is my thing. Put a little bit aside for yourself.
Yeah.
Just to save. Just
even if it's just a little
bit.
Just
even if it's $5.
PSA, at least $10 a paycheck. I don't care how much you make. Just
feed the pig.
Right.
Like
what they used to say, steal from yourself first.
Pay yourself first. That's what most wealthy people will tell you. They're like, I pay myself first. You know, that's the biggest thing, man. Because basically, if you're a person who's not, if you're not an employer and you're just an employee, off the top, the government get your money. You know, I mean, they already get theirs off the top before you see anything.
Right.
So, I mean, you're getting taxed by all types of stuff from gas. You're getting taxed from going to the store. But if you own a business, you're not getting taxed like that. Right. Everything's a write-off. You know what I mean? So, if you're gonna be an employee, you gotta at least be as smart as possible. You know what I mean? Until you get into a situation where you own your own. So,
well, one of the major problems, especially in the black community, is the aspect of, and I mean, we've kind of touched on this, but it's the trying to have something exclusive. Like, my whole thing is J's, whatever, the newest iPad, the newest MacBook Pro, any of those things. Like, a lot of people want to have it like early so they can be like, yo, I was one of the first people to have it. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is, if you really like that stuff and you really like it, you'll work to eventually get it. It doesn't make a difference if you get it like 3 years from now. You ended up getting it. I mean, unless it's gonna,
you even get a better deal.
You might get a better deal on it if you wait on it.
What do I want?
But the whole thing about it is, it's almost like keeping up with the
Joneses.
The Joneses. You know, whoever they are.
Right.
You know, it's one of those situations, and I know in the black community, it's like, I want to be the first to be seen out. Yo, he was the first one to have those. Yo, I ain't never seen those colors before. Yo, that stuff is crazy, and it's kind of like. So then after we get past that, and then you still got some bills over your head that you could have used that, like, you could have taken a fraction of what you pay for that, save that up, because you'll still end up getting them. Right. I mean, I know sometimes they say, well, you know, they'll sell out because they make it where it's only a limited amount, right? Well, you would be saving up money, so then if somebody's on eBay, they might gouge you for it, but you had the money saved up to do that.
Right.
Yeah, like, I think more or less, like, when you said, like, the exclusivity of it, right? So, as I got older, and I did this younger, too, but it started making more sense. Because, I mean, we all fell into the trap. Air Force Ones was hot. I had every color I could possibly buy. But I always made sure I got the ones that everybody else didn't have.
Yo, you see, I got the toffees.
Right. Like, mine was stupid because I like color. So, I always made sure instead of just your standard whites, I had this one or that one. But then all of a sudden, it was like the shoes got old. And then the money got slow, right? Because we all fall into that trap where money might get tight every once in a while. Right. Money got slow, so now I'm wearing them a little more repetitive than I would like to. All of a sudden, you look down, you're like, man, I done beat the brakes off of these shoes.
I creased them, man.
But now you sitting there like, man, I ain't even really, I mean, if I was going to beat the shoes up anyway, why even buy so many? Like, why don't I just buy a couple pair and then dog them and then go buy a couple more pair and then dog them instead of
what are shoes
pair to walk, to get beat up. Right.
What are shoes for? Like, what is a car for? I see, like, for example, you got these different people trying to buy a whole bunch of different cars. Why?
You can only drive one at a time.
You can only drive one at a time.
And let's be honest, when you got your car, you ain't really free to want to give your keys up to anybody.
Right. Like, whose video was that, or was that a movie where it was like they had cars for every day of the week? It was like Monday, and they on the license plate it said Monday through Sunday or something.
Was it LL? Maybe
it might have been LL. Somebody.
No, it was Jay.
Was it Jay?
It was a Jay-Z video because they was at the airport. It was the Excuse Me Miss video.
No,
he had the, like, Saturday was like the G-Wagon, Sunday was like a Ferrari or something crazy.
So then my whole thing is, what does that mean? Like, even the people that are wealthy enough to buy these different things, what does it mean? You have like a showcase of cars that aren't even being used for the reason that they were created.
Exactly. Right. To be driven.
They were made to be driven. So you're going to say, well, it has good value. It only has 10 miles on it. Mm-hmm. So you're not using it for what it was supposed to be used for.
Right.
Yeah.
We got people spending crazy amounts of money for things. It's cool to have all the different shoes and have the different exclusive colors and stuff, but you're not even wearing them.
I wish I could take back half the shoes I got in my house right now. I ain't even lying. I go in my room sometimes and I just be sitting there like,
You better get on eBay and start selling them, boy.
People say that's what they're going to do, but
but you know what
4
I'm gonna
years
end up
from now-
doing though? And I'm not even gonna go the eBay route. I may go to like one of these like recovery houses or like Faith
Oh, give
Mission
them
or something
away.
and just give them away.
That's good.
And they ain't in bad shape. No, but you gotta think. Nah, I'm just saying because I know somebody else who, you know what I mean, get use out of them. A lot of times I'm just sitting there looking at them like, I don't even wear these no more, but they ain't really beat up. I just kind of like, I don't like them like that anymore. Like, I had to finally figure this out. Because, you know, my government name weird, different, call it what you want, right? I love it.
Right.
It grew on me, right? But it's like, I had to look and go, okay, instead of trying to be exclusive with the cars and the shoes and all that, why don't me as a person just be exclusive? So me, myself, I'm going to just be exclusive.
Right.
So no matter what I do, what I wear, it don't matter because me, I'm exclusive. Right? I'm a one of a kind.
So you can stand out when you think, because if you think different and speak different,
yeah, you going to stand out anyway. Like, I've always been different. I've always been shorter than most people, chubbier than most kids when I was a kid. You know what I mean? You got good hair. What does that mean? I got hair. I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? You look younger than you really are. Well, I'm not, but then that makes you want to treat me like a kid, too. But then you hear me talk, and you're like, oh, you're that old. Well, duh, I'm just short and I'm chubby. You know what I'm saying? I got a different name. Like, everything about me was different from the gate. I don't know if my parents planned it on purpose, but I'm glad they did. I would hate to be named John, James, or something like that. Like, if your name is John or James, I'm sorry. I'm just saying I would prefer not to have anything.
We don't like
regular.
you, John and James's.
Like, your name ain't necessarily regular.
No.
His name isn't, you know what I'm saying, super common. Mine isn't either.
Right.
It's
see what I'm
common
saying?
in England.
Right.
What you trying to say?
But I'm just saying, yours isn't
Brian.
either because yours
B
is
to
with
the
the Y,
Ryan.
without the I, so
Brian.
that's what makes that different. You get what I'm saying? But it's like, let me use
Anybody's
that.
name B Gooseby Pro. I don't know anybody.
Big Gooseby Pro. I don't know no Big
anybody's
Goose
name
Crow.
Gooseby Pro.
But you get what I'm saying, though? It's kind of like, at some point, you have to understand that things have to change.
Right.
Because if you don't, we going to always just keep falling.
So what we're saying is you got to have a certain level of priorities.
It's always about the priorities, man.
And a lot of these different people, my whole thing is you have to have a certain level of priorities. So,
But I mean, this is the thing though. You talking about somebody young or even older? How does that person get to that point? How do you arrive at that point? Like,
Somebody got to give them some game. They got to relax and take notes, sit back and chill. Yes, I threw it in there, but so what?
see, the first person that kind of really gave me
So what?
some real game. I was 21 years old. I was working as a security guard at a job, and on the
How you
weekend,
get fired for stealing boxes, Craig?
on the weekend, on the weekend. Nah, but I was working on the weekend, and next to me was a police officer. She was working special duty there, and she was like, "How old are you?" And I was like, "I'm 21." She was like, let me give you a piece of paper here." She wrote down on a piece of paper everything I needed to do to be a millionaire by the time I was like 40. How much I needed to save. Of course, I didn't do those things, but she was like, if you save this amount of money in a mutual, well, you said what?
No. Continue.
Yeah, well, she was married, man, and all that.
Yeah, she was married too.
But and I seen her recently at the fair too. That's
You saw her recently too?
Yeah, that part.
She was older.
You was talking to that police.
But no, she put me on the she put me on the Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. She made me reading that book, and that book changed my life. Reading that, and a bunch of other books, man. But she broke it down to me like, you know, if you start saving at this age, at this amount, this rate, blah 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 blah, you could have $1 million. I was just like,
You could be blah, blah,
I didn't think about stuff like that. So that was kind of my first real, like, if somebody was like, yo, you can really, if you save, if you think about, start thinking about saving stuff. Because before that, man, like, didn't grow up in the culture of that, man. Like,
Thinking
my
Grow
dad gave me a
Rich,
few gems.
a black choice.
Yeah, Think and Grow Rich. That's one of the Napoleon. Well, you got the black version, but I got the Napoleon Hill
African American version of Think and Grow Rich.
Is that Gerardo?
Nah, that's a brother by the name of Dennis Kimbrough.
That's
This book cost me $7.
Oh yeah,
Mad jewels in this book, though. What Khaled say? Keys. It's a bunch of keys in this book. Man. I'm reading that too, by the way, but just thought I'd put that out there. Like, I ain't even do that on purpose. But plug. Nah, but like.
Look, I got this book, and I had to pull this out because I've had this for a couple weeks. But I got this book for my kids from the library, Columbus Public Library.
Don't be plugging.
Everything, yeah.
You love the library.
Everything, yeah, because it's free. It's free.
Come on,
free information.
That's how millionaire.
Come on, man.
I found this at the library.
Everything they need to know about money in here, from about loans, credit cards, all this, in this thin little book, and it's broken down real simple. And any adult can read this and learn. But this basically just talks to everything about money from where it began to where it is today. And I'm saying, like, I'm starting with them now, like, just to try to educate them and show them and tell them. You know, that's where it has to start, man.
That's the power play. I think my one of my bigger influences as far as like with money is my grandfather, right? Cause we just be sitting over there watching the game, chilling or whatever. He's like, "What you gonna do with your life? When you gonna get married?" Like, I don't know, dude. When you gonna save you some money? When you gonna buy you a house? I don't know, dude. You better figure it out. You got all this money in your pocket all the time. You save any of it? Put any of it in the bank? No. I ain't about to get in your business. I don't know how much money you make, but you can't put $25 away. Nigga, I done seen you sit down and eat $25 worth of food in one sit. And I was just like, damn, that made me feel kind of fat. But I'm like, if you think about it, on the weekend, you go to the Chinese spot, I can take $15 easy by myself. Well, I used to be able, I can't put all that away now, but it did start making sense. And I'm like, he like, you ever cook? He like, I know you eat. And I'm like, my grandfather is one of them, like, I'm going to talk about you, but I'm going to give you this game while I'm because that's his way of picking. He cracked jokes like me, you know what I'm saying? But he, you know what I'm saying, 50 years older than me? So it's super funny. But he like, as much as you eat, you know what I'm saying, don't go to McDonald's, don't go here, don't go there. Put the money aside. Learn how to cook. If you can't cook, find you a woman that know how to cook. And have her teach you how to cook.
Right.
Good luck with that.
That's real.
But I do. I'm going to keep it all the way 100. Got a woman that can cook, and I can actually cook, Jimmy. It ain't bad.
No, I didn't say that you couldn't. I was saying good luck finding a woman.
No, it ain't even about trying to find a woman that can't cook. That can cook. Will you cook? See, that's when you won. Because if you can cook and you will cook, winner. Right. You already ahead.
Well, we gotta get to part 1 first, but that's a whole different thing.
My whole thing is this: even if she can't cook, if she's willing to learn how to cook, she'll be fine. It's the ones be like, yeah, I can cook. Well, do you? No. Like, well, what's the point of knowing how to cook if you've never turned on the stove? I'm just saying. Like, I can cook. I wanted to know how to cook for me personally, so to be, more self-sufficient. Like, if you by yourself and you want, okay, I want to learn, I want a meatloaf, or I want this, or I want that. Learn how to make it yourself if you don't have somewhere there to make it for you. You know what I'm saying? But that right there, like you was touching on earlier, and like Hill touched on with the hash browns, that right there is a money saver. Now, I will tell people this, though. As far as like people with habits, when I say habits, I'm talking about whether it's a drug habit, whether it's a nicotine habit, whether it's an alcohol habit, shoe habit, whatever. If you gonna have a habit and you know it's a habit that you ain't gonna try to break, add it to your budget. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be sitting there like,
find an alternative that's gonna allow you to save your money.
Right.
Instead of going out, like for me, I had one of my addictions was Arizona tea. It's like, man, I'm going out spending 99 cents, every day or every,
Trying to give you some game.
You know what I can do? Let me just go to the dollar store, buy a box of tea, and then I can make my own tea at home.
Yeah.
For less the price.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But you get what I'm saying, though. Yeah. Like, some people have stuff they just can't kick. Like, some people gonna smoke weed the rest of their life. It is what it is. But make sure, if you gonna smoke it,
make sure your life, your financial life
can afford it. Right. So if you can't afford a half an ounce, you know what I'm saying? Then go down.
We're not suggesting you go out and
no, but I'm just keeping it real, being honest.
Stuff about.
No, but I'm just saying, like, cause some people,
this is Kane.
Well,
by the way, kids, don't do drugs.
Right, but some people will over-exceed with their habits. They will let their habits overtake the rent or the lights or the gas or the car payment.
So this is what I was going to say. Hopefully you care. Some people just don't care. Like, some people, they've just gotten used to the fact of, I'm going to spend all this money on all of this stuff that I like, and then we gonna have to hold like rabbits to make ends meet for the rest.
And you shouldn't have to.
And you shouldn't have to. If you actually plan, you would be straight with whatever your vice is,
right?
And still
be able to maintain.
Don't have the vice, man. Go find out.
And still be able to maintain. I'm just saying, but people have vices. So, say you used to smoking 2 or 3 blunts a day, right? Okay, on a budget, you might only can smoke one a day because the sack that you buy at the beginning of the week or on payday has to last you until your next pay. You can't be dipping in your savings trying to go get some more weed. You get what I'm saying? Because you're trying to save.
That's it.
Right, but I'm saying like
I put my hand up in that.
You get what I'm saying? It's a mindset though. With the liquor, with cigarettes, whatever, what have you. If you just gotta go without to be able to accumulate something later. Like we want it right now. Like everything is right now.
Savings is formative.
Like God forbid a black person don't get something right when they want it, they'll lose their mind. But back in the day, we had to struggle and had to scrape to get what we wanted.
Well, that was because they was blocking the door, so we couldn't get in here.
Right, but that's
this
another
is
thing
white man clothes.
I love about older black folks, right? Even when they have money, they still act as if they don't. You ever notice that?
How much it take?
Like my grandfather was a genius with that one.
I've been around.
I be sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm about to get some food. You want something? He'd be like, nah, man.
So white people do.
I got some bologna in the fridge, in the ice box. I got some pork and beans.
And that goes back to part when you said prioritizing. I mean, you this is the at the core of everything. What we need is human beings.
To their mansions in '97.
Food, shelter, clothing. Like that's bare essential. You need food. You need food and water.
Mm-hmm.
You need shelter, something to keep so you can stay warm, or stay out the rain or whatever. And you need some clothes.
Right.
You don't have to go ham on the clothes.
You don't.
Just get as long as you got a good rotation.
Don't be afraid of the thrift store too. It'd be some
thrift
jewels
store.
at the thrift
I go to
store.
the thrift store get some button ups or some.
Don't
slacks.
make that face. Don't make that face, Sage.
Yeah, I go to the thrift store get some.
Bougie, man. Hold up. Shut this down right now. I'm not bougie whatsoever.
My defends itself. Go ahead. I didn't call you bougie. I'm just waiting on the response.
Nah, only everything that you guys are saying is good, Jules and stuff like that. I'm just going back to the fact that I don't think people care like that. I just don't think they care. I don't know what it takes for you to eventually get to a point where you like, yo, I have to change.
Well, that's what we're doing now. That's why we're discussing.
You know what? I think a lot of it.
Give them some gems.
When the help stops. You know, some people they'll be like, I'm gonna screw all my money up because I know I can call my mom and be like, hey, mom, I need $100.
It ain't the mama I'm worried about. It's the other person.
Right, but you get what I'm saying? People blow their money and then be like, I need some help.
Uncle Sam.
What happens when the help stops showing up? What happens when the help's not there and you got to do it on your own? Then you ain't got no choice. I think we've all been in situations to where we've all fallen.
Right.
And now you got to build yourself back up and you try not to make those same stupid mistakes.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to fall a couple times for it to happen, right?
Yep.
Had a new car and had their car repossessed. Me.
I can attest
You know what I'm saying? But then all my cars after that was some straight beaters.
You're not the only one.
One was $100. I drove it for 2 years and junked it and got $100. Next one was
this dude got a beater for $100, drove it for 5 years, junked it and got $150. Nigga got a profit.
Tomato. Then I went and bought a $300 beater. That rolled for 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was still who I was. Like girls were like, I ain't gonna roll with you because you driving that raggedy car. It's better than me being on the bus and you walking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because what you trying to say, man? I'm trying to progress. I've been here and failed.
Right.
So all the dudes you got, he got the freshest this, that, and the third. I've had that. Lost it. It was gone. I don't really dwell on it like that because I'm like, if it was meant for me to have it, I'd still have it. It's gone, but I learned lessons losing it.
Right.
Well, and that's the whole thing about it is a lot of these people get pressured in because, for example, for the fellas, they want to impress the ladies. So they want to catch the different ladies' attention to show that they have some different stuff. And I'm like, well, that's cool and all, but if you don't own any of that, eventually they're gonna find out.
They don't know, and eventually they ain't gonna care, cause they gonna be like, all right, you got all this. What's in it for me? What you got left over for me? If they on the money hungry, struggle like that, like what they trying to get from you, right? But if I'm coming to you like, yo, I got this little beater. These probably my best pair of shoes I got. This is who I am every day. You take it or leave it. But I'm telling you right now, you leave it, I ain't gonna be here forever. Eventually, I'm gonna climb the ladder. I ain't gonna be here forever. But if you want to roll, cool, come on the ground floor.
No.
Because once I get up there, I ain't, you know what I mean? I'm gonna know what your intentions are. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It's like being broke is not a bad thing. How many people done grew up with nothing?
Right.
We did it, and we was all right with it because everybody around you was broke too. We had Jews and didn't even know we had them because you had to make do with less.
Right.
What's wrong with doing that now?
But this what's funny is there's a lot of people who are silently wealthy who just naturally live like that. Like I'm reading a book now with Warren Buffett, man. He lives in the same house he had like
Buy clothes. He
and
buys
I think
suits
the
off
house was
the
paid
rack.
down to him.
Well,
from
this
his
is
dad.
the thing that we have to ask, right? Okay, you might have come from projects, you might have come from the hood, whatever, what have you. You've never been in a house whatsoever. We'll say that, right? You have never been in a house before. So let's say you become a professional athlete or some way you come across.
Let's just keep in your story. Let's just keep it to where it's your everyday person because that's an extreme.
No, but what? No,
The
only thing I
windfall.
was gonna say was, what is it? Okay, even for an everyday person, what is it that makes you decide to? People want to always go beyond the means of, they're trying to push it beyond the limit of where.
Beyond
Pay for it.
comfortability. I just want to be comfortable.
Before, like, beyond what they're even used to. Like,
Right.
why would you even go to that point? Go to a place that you're not even used to, and what is it for? Like, why would you go and buy, normal working class person, why would you go and buy like some crazy house and you don't need it, like you're by yourself or it's just
Right.
you and your wife, you don't have like kids, you
Right.
don't have anything, why would you go beyond your means to actually do that? Why don't you be in a place that's comfortable and then make that move? If you want to do that, fine. But I'm saying, why even go beyond those different means if you have no need for it?
Because we sold that dream. We're sold that.
Yeah, we're sold the dream.
We're sold that.
We're
We're
sold.
sold. All those things are sold to us every day.
Yeah,
Something's
that's true.
being sold. When you end up watching TV and you see somebody who's famous and rich and all that stuff, and you're like, oh man, they got a mansion. You're like, man, I want a mansion one day. Because there's a lot. I'm telling you, I'm sure there's a lot of people in our country who aren't there yet, but want to have that. They're like, man, I want to have the big house, quote unquote big house.
But then my
I wanna
question is,
have the cars.
my question is
I want
why?
to have.
Like, my whole thing is, why? What does that mean in that?
Right. It's like, do you want it because
Status.
everybody else has it, or do you
Yeah,
want it 'cause
like,
you
is it a
really
status
want
thing or like?
Comfortability. Well, not even comfort. They just want status. Part of that's just status. They want to feel good about themselves. That's really what all it is.
So that's
just
what I was
feeling.
getting into.
If
you can-
Basically, right? Go.
Yeah, my thing is if you can get like just think about this concept, and this is kind of funny. Imagine you go to a dealership and then they let you drive a Ferrari. And you go test drive it. And you get the feeling of driving in it. Could that be enough for you? Not to even own it, but just be like, okay, I got to drive it and got to see what it felt like. Some people like, man, I gotta have that Ferrari. Like I gotta have it so I can drive it.
Can't even drive stick. Can't even drive manual.
But they gotta own it.
But they have to own it.
And then once they get it, all the hassles you got to deal with to make sure you maintain it.
And
to
that
house it.
Never got a
all
caddy.
And that was the whole thing that I was going to say. All of these different things, you have to think about what goes into it. You're just thinking about the finish line. But that's not the finish line.
Right.
That's actually the starting point. You go get that mansion, you go buy Mike Tyson's old mansion.
You gotta have groundskeepers.
You have to have groundskeepers. You have to have...
You gotta
like,
pay property taxes.
all of that different stuff.
You gotta have somebody maintain the crib while you ain't there.
Exactly.
Right.
Buy
'Cause you
that
ain't about to
Beamer.
be dusting.
Buy that Beamer. You got to pay that extra money for them to ship in the German parts, unless you know how to work your way around a car. Otherwise, you're going to take it to the dealership. They're going to gouge you on that, just off of the oil change. You could be paying exorbitant amounts of money.
Right. Mercedes got them little special things in the tires that you
Right.
get when you first buy a Mercedes. Yeah.
Get that
Where you have to
Bugatti.
go to the dealership to have the tire changed. Ain't that nuts?
Get that Bugatti, and then have to get that thing serviced.
Right. You might as
So
well.
people really, honestly, then based off of what we're just saying, people are chasing feelings. Then
They're chasing feelings. They're chasing
so, but
the
see,
dream.
if you were smart, you would befriend somebody who has. You would get in those circles where you have people who actually have
but you
them.
gotta have that same kind of mind state to even get and know where them circles.
Yeah.
If you knew better, you do better, right?
Right.
And my whole thing is I'm not saying to rain on your parade and say all of these different things that you dream that you want to have, you can have. But my whole thing about it is do the research and know what you're getting into. Know how much it's going to cost to do all of these different things. You don't want to go out there and spend all of this money on this stuff and then not even have money to maintain it.
And stop coveting, man. Stop looking at what other people have and be like, yo, I want that. Like,
be better than who you were the day before.
Right.
Financially better.
Kind of go back to what you said when you realize, man, I'm me and I'm uniquely me. Nobody can be me.
Right.
Be the best you.
Right.
Like, be the best you. Don't I know I've gotten these conversations in the past with my wife about like looking at other couples, Michelle Obama and Barack. It's like, man, let us be us.
Be the best you.
Let's let our family be the best family we can be.
You may be Barack and Michelle to
thing.
somebody else. They may see you and see that.
Right.
That power couple, or that that they see the love, right?
Like, and my mission, just me personally, my mission is like to be better than what my family was before. Like the things that they, like all the mistakes I've seen and I understand them, and so I'm like, I don't want to be caught in those traps. Change the generation.
Right.
I mean, that's what our strive. That's what, as far as younger people, that's what we should strive to do every day. But,
right. And be,
and not be broke.
Your mental, other than videos and what they show you on TV. You know what I'm saying? Find out about Robert. You know what I'm saying? Robert, what's his name?
Robert Leach.
Nah.
Not Robert Leach. Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Robert, or what is it? I think
you talking about the Robert Kiyosaki?
No, Robert. I think his last name is Smith.
Who regarding?
He's a black billionaire. He's worth $2.5
Oh, you talking about a billionaire?
Billion. Because I happened to be, I was bored today, so I looked at the black Forbes list to see who was on there. Of course, Oprah, Jordan. Yeah. But how everybody they be like, oh, so and so worth $1 billion. Not according to Forbes. So I'm just curious to see, because you got people in Africa, they're on the list. Yeah. They grouped everybody together. I'm like, no, I want to know African Americans who are on this billionaire list. Right. To see how exclusive and how normal and regular they look, and you would never know it walking past them. Mm-hmm. But it was the mindset to do something different.
Right. So basically, where's your book? Think and Grow Rich. Yeah. Think and grow rich. So wealth really starts in your mind first.
It's a mindset.
It starts in your mind first.
Right. Because look at somebody. Okay, think about it like this. When you first ever start saving your money, right? Whenever you first start saving money, that first $10, and then the next time you go and you put another 10 with it, and that 10 still sitting there, you're like, I got $20. Mm-hmm. It's something real small, but it's that feeling like, man, I got 20. I'm putting another 10. Man,
feed the 30. Pig.
You know what I'm saying? But then imagine if you doing more. Like I used to work for tips, right? So every day, I eat whatever, throw my tip money in there, right? Mm-hmm. I used to call it my little lunch bag. I used to throw it in my little lunch bag. Boom, boom. So one day I'm just sitting there. I'm like, man, I wonder how much is in here. Because, I write down every day how much is in there. Mm-hmm. But I start counting. I look up. I done been in the room like 20, 25, and I'm still counting. I'm like, you big dummy, you saved all this money.
One thing, Teddy B, you didn't really clarify where you were getting those tips from. And coming to the stage is Chocolate Kisses.
Oh man, wow.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Caramel Thunder. It was like, that's how I got the name Teddy B. Little. When we come here, big baby. Let me squeeze you like a teddy bear.
Shoot, man.
All right, but I'm just saying though, like that, and then that, and it was funny because Brown was at the house. He was like, hey, remember he was young. He younger than us. He probably was like maybe 15. It's like, bro, you saved up such and such amount. I was like, yeah. He was like, dang. I was like, dude, this is not a lot of money. It seems like a lot when you don't have it. To a 15-year-old, it was like gold though. Yeah. Like you balling. Like, no, I'm not.
But at least for him, that gave some
it gave me, and he was like, "What you do with that?" I was like, "Dude, I just put some of it away. Why you don't put it in the bank? Because I don't have a bank account yet. Because wasn't there. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, because when I had one when I was young, you overdrafted one time and two. Next thing you know, you're like, oh yeah, how much? Yeah, I closed that. I'm good. Y'all never see that again. You know what I'm saying? That 19, you know what I mean? But it was just kind of like, I remember seeing that and how I'm sitting there like my hard work was paying off because I still was buying the stuff I wanted,
Right.
but I was saving money too.
Mm-hmm.
Because the initial reason was, okay, I need a car.
Right.
Let me save up. I want to be able to get this. I want to be able to get that. And then at the same time, be able to help people when they need help.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If somebody needs some help, hey, bro, I need such and such. Okay, if I take this out of my savings, is it really going to kill me? You know what? No. Here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, it's going to be a time. I don't care what nobody say. When you're going to be in a spot and you're going to need some help.
Right. Yeah.
But if you ain't able to help yourself, you can't help nobody else either.
Right. I mean, and one thing I would stress for people listening, like, you need to have an emergency fund. You know, we have an emergency fund. We, whatever emergency comes up, we use that, and then we put it back.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of relying on a credit card as your emergency fund.
Right.
Yeah.
I told my woman the other day, I said, you know how people say you need to have a rainy day fund? I said, to me, every day it rains. So I gotta keep some money stashed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a parent. I'm paranoid like that. That's just me.
Yeah.
Like I have a fear of going back to where I worked so hard to get away from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was the dude on the bus catching to and from work
Right.
while I'm still paying bills, doing what I gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Paying child support, all that kind of stuff. But it was like I had to do what I had to do. I'm a man. I gotta do what I gotta do. But I never want to have to go back through that struggle. I learned that lesson.
Right.
I passed that level already on the game. You know what I mean? Let me go to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, to me, rainy day is every day. It rains every day in Ohio.
That's good. I like that, man.
In my mind, it rains every day.
So I mean, you break it down. You break it down like this: new shoes come out. Are the shoes that you are wearing and that you own right now, do they have holes in them?
Nah, I'm good.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. I'm 36. I'll be 37 this year, man. All I care about is being comfortable, man. I don't even care about what
that
they
was
do.
that was the only place. That was the only
I gotta
place-
walk around for a long period of time with some uncomfortable shoes, man.
Chocolaters.
Oh my goodness,
Chocolates.
man.
Got them
Come on.
chocolatas.
Come on,
But I
man.
mean, at the end of the day, you be saying, because think about all the people you met, man. He looked super corny. And you be like, yup, he looked corny as he's driving his Civic to his $250,000 house.
Right.
But I'm fly pulling up to my apartment complex in my whip and my fresh shoes on.
Right.
Who won? Not me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I look at the dads with the dad New Balances. You know what I was talking about, the all white ones with the super thick sole. I was like, you know what? I want to aspire to be in some dad New Balances. You know why? Because with the dad New Balances comes the house
Right.
and everything in it. Right?
Yeah.
I'm
right.
telling you.
Right.
I be looking at some dudes at my job and I be sitting there like, man, he got on some dad New Balances. Like, man, I wonder where his crib is
I think
at.
I'm gonna give you some
I'm
daddy.
gonna give me some dad New Balances is what's gonna motivate me.
So
2018.
basically, the whole thing is you focus on yourself and the people around you, you know, in that aspect, and not worry about the outside noise. Because in all honesty, they could say you're corny, oh, he's not rocking those J's and stuff. You don't know what their situation is.
I got my dad New Balances on.
You don't know what their situation is.
Yeah.
So don't speak on it. You don't know. I mean,
stopped
people
judging
still
people a long
got
time ago.
people still got middle school, high school mentality. We got to get out of that.
Man,
I'm about to be on my Dame Dash.
man.
You know, man, a real man don't wear shoes with another man on it. a real man
wants you to go to Payless and buy them shacks.
a real man create his own shoe.
Chocolatas.
I mean, you can. White Dame rocking nothing but Adidas, even though he was rocking Pro-Cats before. You know what I mean? But it's kind of like it's a mindset, and it's something that's got to change. Like for me, I'm just sitting there like, I just want to not even necessarily be able to buy my mom a house. I want to be able to buy myself a house and tell my mom, hey, come to my house.
Right, that's good, man.
You know what I'm
Good goal,
saying?
Yeah.
It's just something different. Like,
I just want
Would
to
it
be
be
able
even
to
better to be like, yo, mom, I got an extra room. You
oh,
can-
well,
you
I know
can
that's
crash.
gonna come
Yeah,
eventually because
yeah.
it's funny. I talked to my sister about that. She was like, "So what we gonna do when mom get old?" I was like, "Well, you can have her the first round," and she was like, "I was like, just call me if she needs some extras as far as with money and stuff. I'll kick in the money, but she's gonna stay with you." And she was like, "Well, of course you gonna stay with me." I was like, "And then you gonna piss her off?" And she was like, "I'm gonna go stay with him." I was like, and then I'm gonna get on her nerves, and she, "Well, I'm gonna go stay with your brother." And she, I guess I'm back at your sister's.
That's funny.
I was like, she'll be content. I was like, leave her in the back room. I was like, give her her own little room with some cable.
You better hope she ain't
internet.
listening to
Listen, no, some internet.
Nah, mom's
get
cool. Mom's
get
Cool with it. She's like, that's fine.
get her a new.
It did sound kind of like, dang, turtles.
Look,
That's
you know what I'm saying? Get her fruit or whatever she want. You know, my mom love
Mom, you want more fruit?
Right. Get her some watermelon, her little Bible, and you know she'll be in there. I'm good.
Mama, don't worry about it. You ain't got to come out. Anything you want, I come
Right.
get it.
Nah, she'll get to walking around. When the last time you picked up some of these shoes? Mom, I'm 50-something years old. I put the shoes. Oh, okay.
You still don't know.
That'll be her. But, you know. But anyway, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's my thing. Like, I want to be able to be comfortable to where I can help everybody around me.
Right.
Because
basically work out the situation that how it works for you, and whatever your goals are, you work towards that. You decide how you're going to work to it. You have your steps on how you're going to work to it to do it for you. Not worry about how everybody else is doing it.
Right.
You do it because everybody has to do it at their own time and in their own way. So don't even worry about what everybody else has to say. You keep grinding and doing it the way you can, and you'll eventually meet that goal.
at the end of the day, I want to be the person that I can call on for help now. I want to be him. You know what I'm saying? Years down the line.
Right.
So, here's what it is, people. Get your finances in order. Get your mindset in order. Start saving some money because your kids is going to need college tuition. They going to need stuff other than Jordans and phones and clothes. If you can do that and save money, more power to you. Do what you want to do. Because I know people that got a closet full of Jordans and a closet full of phones, and they got a gang of money in the bank.
You can start now, but look, 2018, the new swag is savings. Swag is the new. That's gonna be the new swag, savings. Hey, I'm gonna pull out my savings account. I'm gonna show it off. You know, people be stunting on. They be like stunting on this and something that. Be like, man, you know what? My portfolio though. Like, what? You want to show me your shoes? Show me your portfolio, man.
You gonna know when I made it because you gonna see them dad New Balances. I'm telling you.
Like, you know what? I just bought New Balance today.
Hey, but you know what's crazy though?
Stock market.
Them joints is still like $50 though.
Oh, a New Balance?
Those the dad ones.
Oh, the dad. All those.
They get them for
crazy,
the support.
Man. Hey, them bad boys probably look comfy though. They always
They
look,
are, but you know what's funny? Whenever I see somebody with them, they never look dirty though.
No,
they be super fresh. Like that's they going out shoes. Like, honey, we gotta go to the picnic for so and so. Let me go get my new bag.
Well, you know,
New Balances with some white socks.
why. You know why? Why they clean too? You see how they walk in them?
They got a bunch of pair of them. I like these. I'm just gonna stick with these.
And they probably had the New Balances for like years.
They get exclusive and be like, no, I'm gonna get the ones trimmed in blue,
Did
in
you
red,
see this?
and in black.
The New Balance
See, man,
1965.
people was hating on Curry with his white New Balance looking Under Armour, man. He was on to something, man. That's that wealth, man. That Under Armour, that's that New Balance wealth, man. Look at that New Balance. Think about a New Balance, man.
You better get on your New Balance.
Man, I'm about to get some New Balance, man. Actually, I have some. I got some running shoes.
I got some New Balance boots.
I got the running shoes, but yeah, man.
Step your game up, save your money.
Last thing I'll just say real quick. That Steph Curry thing was funny because they trying to clown him on his shoes, and I'm like,
But they sold a whole bunch.
he sold a whole bunch of them, and what is he worried about? He's not worried about what you gotta say.
No.
Those J's that you went out and who had a fist fight with somebody for, and he's cool in his nurse shoes.
I'm laughing straight to the bank. Ha 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 ha.
Cause you know what, man? It's so many people that buy Under Armour stuff. Like my wife was buying Under Armour shoes, and I didn't even really pay attention to what kind of shoes they wear. And I realized I'm like, she bought like 5 pairs of Under Armour shoes. Like what in the? And so I would imagine they just slipped his in there in the midst of all the other shoes Under Armour people get, and you know, because it doesn't say Steph Curry on this shoe, you know. So it's like that old man with the one with the New Balance. They don't got the New Balance he like anymore. Let me get the Under Armour. Cash out. But anywho,
Stack your money.
stack your money, eat your soup.
Right.
Don't go get McDonald's.
Right.
Stay
Don't
home,
even
eat your
keep it
soup.
real. Hey, yo, I'm about to go right to the grocery store now and go buy some tuna fish to make for lunch.
Man.
People be trying to go way beyond what they need to do, man.
Hey, you want to go out to eat for lunch? Hey, no.
I brought in a tuna fish
Right.
casserole.
They be sitting there like, you don't want any? No. I'm about to eat my sandwich.
He said what they do.
Nah.
They go to their desk.
They drink their tea, eat their cheese sandwich. 30 minutes later, they back at work.
Eat your soup.
When we go on break, we break. Stop breaking. Give your pockets a break. Buy
But
something cheap.
You know, this EFG podcast, no doubt.
All right. EFG podcast. Check us out. Hit us up on Twitter if you're on there. Hit us up on YouTube. We're on YouTube. We put the videos on YouTube. We're no longer, well, we still have video episodes on SoundCloud. However, we're not
We
posting
are
on SoundCloud
transitioning
anymore.
from
Yes.
SoundCloud.
So, but we're definitely on YouTube, and I know a lot of y'all on YouTube. So check us out on their EFG podcast.
Like, comment, share,
Please
share,
comment.
share.
Please comment.
Especially
and
share this episode, because this is
Yeah.
very important, man. Very big episode.
Share this with Boyce Watkins.
Yes.
Oh yeah, if we can get the back in the Boyce Watkins, that's some serious.
Financial empowerment.
They be like, for $5 a day,
Right.
you can buy a stock.
Hey, but
It's
you know
true.
what? Watch. My son's stock game about to be serious.
Yeah, man.
Hey, that's what you do. Start them early.
But it's EFG. We all we got. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
No doubt. Peace.
I stay broke. Dang, man. They just approved my mortgage, too.
Did they?
Yeah.
You about to get a crib? Like,
Yeah, I'm about to build. I'm building a house, man.
That's why he